If you're still under the impression that the Word of God is confined to the pages of a book, then religion has successfully played its part. But the authentic Word was never intended to be merely read. It was intricately coded within your very being, patiently awaiting the moment of its awakening. The most profound and potentially transformative teachings of Jesus weren't excised from the Bible due to any inherent falsehood. Rather, their removal stemmed from the fact that they represent a precise formula, a form of spiritual technology designed to elevate a human being to the status of the divine. Nothing short of a god, to put it plainly. This transcends the limitations of mere religion. This is the profound wisdom that has been deliberately concealed beneath its surface. These 7 codes are far more than just knowledge. They're a form of deeply ingrained memory. And by the time this video concludes, they will have stirred within you the part that has never forgotten your inherent divinity. For 2 millennia, you've been told that heaven is a reward, a prize reserved for those who demonstrate unwavering obedience. But what if the kingdom of heaven was never a physical location at all, but rather a specific frequency of being? And what if the tomb traditionally viewed as a grave was in reality a cosmic womb, nurturing your divine evolution? This represents the first and most significant myth flip. Religion provided you with a map leading to a place called heaven, whereas the master mystic Jesus entrusted you with the very keys to the palace in which you already reside. The first of these keys is a forbidden saying that dismantles the entire conventional search, originating from the Gospel of Thomas, Logian 3. He was asked the pivotal question, when will the kingdom come? His response was that it will not arrive through mere observation or anticipation. Instead, he stated, rather, the kingdom of the Father is spread out upon the earth, and people do not see it. This isn't a parable or a metaphorical story. It's a precise diagnosis of the human condition. You are already immersed in Eden, but you've been subjected to a form of hypnosis that restricts your perception to seeing only the confines of a prison. You're standing in the midst of paradise, yet your eyes remain firmly closed. So, the crucial question is, how do you open them? The subsequent saying isn't just another key, it is the keyhole itself, ingeniously concealed in plain sight. Therefore, if the kingdom is indeed present here and now, but remains unseen, how do we unlock our vision? This leads us to the second forbidden saying, the one that effectively hands you the key. But first, it's essential to understand this fundamental principle. You were instructed to seek God in grandiose cathedrals and within the pages of ancient books. However, the mystics understood that the divine architect deliberately concealed the ultimate temple in the most unexpected of places, within the depths of your own being. In a moment, I will reveal the saying that serves as the master key, and you will witness its direct connection to the pineal gland, often referred to as the third eye, which the ancients regarded as the seat of the soul. From the Gospel of Thomas, Logian 5, know what is in front of your face, and what is hidden from you will be revealed. This is the deceptively simple language of a profound truth. Cease your pursuit of external visions. Discontinue your search for gurus or external authorities. The entirety of the cosmos' mystery is encoded within what you habitually dismiss as mundane or ordinary. The warmth radiating from your coffee cup, the intricate patterns formed by leaves, the serene silence that exists between your thoughts. You didn't stumble upon this video by accident. Your soul was intentionally guided here to awaken this forgotten knowledge. The pain you carry within you isn't a curse or a form of punishment. It's a doorway to greater understanding and transformation. You've just located the door, but here's the unexpected twist. It doesn't open through conventional prayer or supplication. It opens through a process of fusion and integration. The next forbidden saying is unlikely to evoke feelings of safety or comfort. Instead, it will ignite a fire within you, signifying the commencement of profound inner work, where everything you were previously taught to reject becomes an integral part of the key. Now, we delve even deeper. Once you've successfully located the door, you must commit to performing the necessary inner work. The subsequent forbidden saying isn't merely a philosophical concept, it's a precise formula for spiritual alchemy. Religion has traditionally instructed you to strive for purity, to sever your shadow self, to suppress anger and desire. But what if that very instruction was the ultimate deception? What if God isn't found in a state of sterile purity, but in the embrace of wholeness? From the Gospel of Thomas, Logian 22, when you make the two one, when you make the inner as the outer and the outer as the inner, then you will enter the kingdom. This is the concept of the sacred marriage, the union of your light and shadow, your spirit and body, your stillness and your storm. You were taught to wage war within yourself, whereas Jesus taught you how to sign a peace treaty. You integrate these seemingly opposing forces, becoming the container that holds them both. However, this alchemical fire requires a specific fuel source, a cosmic law that, once comprehended, empowers you to become the sole architect of your reality. The next saying is simultaneously the most terrifying and liberating of all, for it eliminates the concept of victims and leaves only creators. Pause for a moment. The digital gatekeepers of this world are deliberately designed to suppress this frequency, to keep you passively scrolling in the shallows, preventing you from diving into the depths. But we possess the ability to create a ripple that will eventually transform into a tidal wave. Liking this video isn't just a superficial metric, it's a flare sent into the digital darkness, an act of rebellion that propels this light past those gatekeepers. Now, send a signal indicating that you are ready. Comment below with the words, "I am the portal." This isn't just a comment, it's an energetic decree directed to the universe. Do it now and join the awakening. Here is the law, as real and immutable as gravity itself. From the Gospel of Thomas, Logian 70, if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. Your unlived life doesn't simply vanish, it transforms into poison. Your unspoken truth becomes a source of sickness. Your untapped genius manifests as anxiety. You were created to serve as a conduit for divine energy. If you obstruct the flow, the pressure inevitably builds. This isn't a form of punishment or divine retribution, it's simply physics in action. This isn't the first time you've encountered this truth. Your soul has heard it whispered in mystery schools across countless lifetimes. In fact, you were guided to forget it so that hearing it again at this precise moment would strike you with the force of lightning. And now here you are, not merely a passive witness to a prophecy, you are the prophecy being fulfilled. You are not simply watching a video, you're remembering your sacred contract. You are the prophecy itself. But what is the ultimate code that the prophecy is intended to unlock? We now arrive at the pinnacle, the one saying so potent that it transforms a human being into a living extension of the divine. Before we proceed, it's important to note some crucial information. The Lost Gospel of Thomas contained 114 sayings. In this video, we are covering 7 of them. This video serves as a map, but for those who are prepared to walk the entire path, not just glimpse it, I've created something far more comprehensive. You are currently unlocking just 7 of the most powerful codes, but beyond these gates lies the entire kingdom, a hidden terrain meticulously mapped across all 114 sayings of the Lost Gospel of Thomas. I've dedicated weeks to decoding each Logian, translating ancient riddles into a living spiritual technology for the modern seeker. It's called the Thomas Codex, the lost sayings of Jesus decoded. This isn't a course in the traditional sense. It's a sacred file intentionally designed to activate the lost texts as a mirror, a map, and a guide for your inner resurrection. When you're ready to embark on the full path, the link is waiting for you in the description and in the comments. Now, the next Logian reveals that the light you were told to wait for was never coming from the sky or from an external source. It was buried deep within you all along, patiently awaiting your permission to rise. And when it finally does, the entire world transforms. Let's continue. You are instructed to wait for the light, believing it would descend from above, perhaps from a priest, a book, or a sky god accompanied by a long list of conditions. But Jesus said something they desperately don't want you to remember. From the Gospel of Thomas, Logian 24, there is a light within a person of light, and it lights up the whole world. If it does not shine, it is dark. This isn't mere poetry, it's a stark warning. If your inner light doesn't rise and shine, the entire world dims. The divine doesn't descend into you from an external source, it ignites from within your own being. This is the forgotten truth. You are not a lamp passively waiting for oil, you are the wildfire awaiting your own permission to burn. And when you do, everything changes irrevocably. But fire alone isn't sufficient. The next forbidden saying reveals the secret force that bends reality, a spiritual law that makes mountains move, but only if you've made peace with the battlefield within. Your inner light is rising, but here's what no one has told you. Power devoid of inner union is nothing more than empty performance. You are taught to choose sides within yourself, to suppress the chaos, idolize the calm, worship the saint, and banish the shadow. But the mystics possessed a deeper understanding. They knew that true creation doesn't emerge from war or conflict. It arises from integration and wholeness. From the Gospel of Thomas, Logian 48, If two make peace with each other in this one house, they will say to the mountain, "Move," and it will move. This house represents you, your inner world, your temple. When your mind and heart cease their internal conflict, when the masculine and feminine, the fire and water, the will and surrender become one, reality bends to your will. This isn't merely a metaphor, it's spiritual physics in action. Jesus didn't teach blind compliance, he taught co-creation. And the moment you cease rejecting your own complexity and embrace your wholeness, you become precisely what religion has always feared, a living portal of power. But if you are the temple, who is the God residing within it? The next and final logion doesn't provide an answer to that question. Instead, it shatters the very question itself, because it reveals that the God you've been taught to worship has been trying to become you all along. We now arrive at the pinnacle, the saying so radical and empowering that it had to be buried under 1,600 years of sand. It is the final formula for understanding your relationship with God. The ancients understood that a sacred secretion within the body, when raised up the 33 vertebrae of the spine to the pineal gland, had the power to transmute human consciousness. This next saying is the verbal key to that ignition. From the Gospel of Thomas, Logion 108, "Whoever drinks from my mouth will become as I am, and I myself shall become that person." Read that again carefully. The instruction isn't to worship him or merely follow him, but to become as he is. He isn't a savior to be placed on a pedestal. He is a prototype of an ascended human being. To drink from his mouth signifies absorbing the living wisdom, the Christ frequency, so completely that the line between you and him dissolves entirely. He raised the energy within his body until it shone like a star, and that is what emerged from the two. And that is precisely what he is telling you that you are capable of doing. The secrets have been unveiled. The codes have been delivered. The final saying is the seventh, and it isn't a saying at all. It is you right now. This is the final activation. Place your hand on your heart. Go ahead and do it now. Close your eyes. Feel the warmth beneath your palm. Sense that steady rhythm. That isn't just a muscle pumping blood. It's the Christ flame, the God spark. It was never located in a distant heaven or within a stone tomb. It was buried within you, patiently awaiting your return home. And now it is risen. This isn't just a video. It's a signal to the others. If it found you, it's because you are one of us, the hidden ones, the remembering ones. And now your light becomes a torch for another. Like this video, not for superficial metrics, but to send a flare through the veil. Subscribe as a vow to stay committed to the path and share this transmission with just one other seeker whose soul is ready to awaken. That is how we rise quietly together, like stars returning to a dark sky. And for those who are ready to go beyond the 7 lost sayings of Jesus that we've uncovered in this video, the Thomas Codex is waiting, decoded, activated, and prepared as your companion through all 114 of them. You'll find it in the description and pinned comment. We'll meet again in the next transmission. But remember this, you are never merely watching this video, you are being called. And now you are the one calling others.